नमः परमऋषिभ्यो नमः परमऋषिभ्यः हरिः ओम्। नमो नमस्ते गुरवे महात्मने विमुक्तसंगाय सदुत्तमाय नित्याद्वयानन्दरसस्वरूपिणे भूम्ने सदा पारदयाम्बुधाम्नि यत्कटाक्ष शशिसान्द्रचन्द्रिकां पातधूतभवतापजश्रमः प्राप्तवानहमखण्ड वैभवानन्दम् आत्मपदम् अक्षयं क्षणात्। धन्योऽहं कृतकृत्योऽहं विमुक्तोऽहं भवग्रहात् नित्यानन्दस्वरूपोऽहं पूर्णोऽहं त्वदनुग्रहात्। The liberating power of gratitude. That is the subject given for the talk. First of all, we should be aware about what is liberation or freedom. Freedom from what? Can we be really free? This is a question which we must contemplate deeply. In fact, the very thirst, longing for liberation, freedom, comes from a sense of very deep restlessness, where one feels the limitations of the body, the mind, the situation. Out of deep pain. In fact, when events or individuals create such impact on our mind, it goes to such a depth that one feels that one cannot rest without solving the problem. A person awakens from within. In fact, he explodes from within. Some eternal seed the very seed is made of liberation. The seed remains unexplored within. And that seed explodes. What makes that seed open up? Something from outside has to give a touch to that seed so that the inner seed opens up. Mostly, it could be some incident in life or many incidents in life where one feels that everything is shallow, meaningless. It is as if one is wandering for days together in a desert without water. There is the whole being is longing for that to quench the thirst. the cool, celestial Tirtha of peace. When a person reaches such a state, which in Vedanta we call as mumukshutva, one is completely ready to break out of the cage of all bondage, whether self-created or imposed by society or imposed by tradition, family, all cage, all prison houses are broken and one jumps out like a lion out of a cage. Pincharat iva kesari. Such a one is a real brave one. Hence they call Buddha as Shakya Simha, because he found that the entire opulence of royal life, palace, everything, treasure, everything is suffocating, because with all the wealth around, with all the luxury around, death was gazing at him. The fear of death, the fear of desire, the fear created by anxiety, the fear of attachment, everything he saw in a single day. The whole night he was awake and he thought of it was just as if jumping out of a house which is on fire. This is the very beginning of a very sacred quest. Unless such energy arises in the heart, the spiritual quest becomes very, very shallow. It becomes another entertainment. You are just adding something also to your life amongst many other things. But when the real longing comes for peace, it is not peace something which is thrusted in between some problems. It is real peace, it is real wholeness. You have somewhere a taste of it and you want to make it real in your life. In that state only Siddhartha walked out of the palace in search of that truth. There are many, many stories in our Puranas where many kings, they just walk out in search of truth. We have the very famous story of Parikshit, a great king who just heard that on the 7th day he is going to die. And such fire arose in him, he did not wait even for a minute. He just walked out of the palace towards the bank of Ganga. The very power of that mumukshutva, the longing, brought many sages to his presence. It's a great wonder, because the moment the liberating power is activated inside, its resonance happens in nature, the Guru appears, all spiritual books becomes meaningful. Anything that the ancients have put forth as divine, everything becomes meaningful in life only if you are carrying that fire inside you, the fire of longing for liberation, that mumukshutva. Once that fire arises, then the entire life is different. A new meaning comes in life. A new dynamism comes in life. And in Buddha's life, you see, he searched and met many, many great sages from there, where he did a lot of sadhanas, lot of spiritual practices. And in the end, he entered the Urubilva under the Bodhi tree. At last, he solved that great problem of his life. Reached that zenith of experience where he became one with the whole, that nirvana, where he found his ego, the jiva bhava, completely merged in the infinite. After that experience, he remained in that samadhi, and the story goes, when he woke up, his whole heart was brimming with gratitude towards the entire existence. And if you go to Buddha Gaya, you can see that there is a place there where they have put the board there, Animesha Lochana Buddha. Buddha sitting, gazing at that Bodhi tree without flickering his eyes. He has that steady gaze looking at the Bodhi tree. In fact, he felt grateful to that very tree under which he attained nirvana, where he crossed the border, the darkness, crossed suffering, transcended suffering. Even to that Bodhi tree he felt gratitude, and to all the teachers who guided him, all of them he remembered. So real gratefulness is the fruit of liberation. You can see in great sages that their very nature is filled with gratefulness, gratitude. You can see in Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi's life. All his life he was doing only one thing, that is expressing his gratitude to Arunachala. We saw in Buddha's life, he was just expressing his gratitude to that tree, while Bhagavan Ramana was expressing his gratitude to that hill, whom he considered as his guru, as Shiva himself. In one of his songs he says, Arunachala, you liberated me from that worldly existence, worldly life, which is a nonsense, which is a wasteland. In Tamil, he uses the word Pazhu. Pazhu means meaningless, utterly meaningless. Nonsense. From there, O Arunachala, you liberated me. How can I pay back to you? Pazhinil veezhadu ezhayai kaathu un padatthil iruthi vaithanai. I could have fallen very well into that worldly, meaningless existence. You just pulled me out and made me sit in the throne of liberation, in the freedom. Oh Lord, how can I pay back? There is another saint, Manikya Vachakar, who says, it is just like making a dog sit in a throne. Nai shibigai etuvit. I don't deserve this, O Lord, but you made me sit in the throne of ultimate experience, Shivanubhava. So their heart, you can see all the sages, their entire life after enlightenment is only expressing gratitude. 54 years Ramana Maharshi never went away from Arunachala. He was doing only one thing, that is expressing his gratitude And that very power of that experience, realization, manifested out as expression of gratitude. 54 years, he did only one thing. I am speaking about Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi. 24 hours he was available. Whatever Arunachala gave him, abundance to him, he was just keeping it open to all. Even in night, if some devotee comes, he can see Maharshi because he is available. 24 hours he is available. Anyone can come and take that Tirtha, that experience, profound experience of Mauna that he was emanating. And what is the power that made the sage make himself available to all, day and night? That is the power of grace, which liberated him from all suffering. The same power of grace, to that power of grace, the devotee feels grateful, and he expresses the same gratefulness by sharing it with all. That is helping the suffering people to come out of that suffering. Vasantavallokahitam charantaha. In Viveka Chudamani, Shankaracharya says, they move about in the world like spring, like the spring season. Wherever they go, the heart lotus blossoms. It has liberated them. The power of grace has liberated them. And their very existence is there to liberate whoever approaches them. They are expressing their gratitude by sharing it with others. This is the only way we can say that the power of, liberating power of gratitude. And whoever got it from the sages, they also expressed it in the same way. There is a song in Tamil, it is a Kaivalya Navanitam, is a Vedantic text, where the disciple received the highest knowledge from the teacher. And he is telling the master, how can I pay back? What can I give you back? Ayyane, Ananta Janmangal Yanadule Yane Andamayyane. O Lord, for many, many births you were in my heart, whispering to me the truth, the highest truth. But I was heedless. So in this birth you took the beautiful form of my master and came out and made my mind turn inward. And from within you pulled the mind and absorbed it in the heart, revealed the highest truth in the heart. For this benediction, this blessing, what can I give you other than just doing namaskara to you? I can only prostrate to you, nothing else I can do. Uyave mukti nalgum udavikya, I am just your servant, your dog. When one of the lady devotees of Bhagavan Ramana, her name was Shankaramma, she was a very simple devotee working in the ashram kitchen, but she was a realized soul. From her very young age, she had immense dispassion, and she also studied the scriptures, the Vedantic scriptures in Tamil. The moment she saw Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi, her mind attained that deep quietude of the self experience, Atmanubhuti. By the very darshan of the Guru, she was intellectually already prepared with the scriptural knowledge. But the moment she saw Maharshi, saw the state of a Jivan Mukta, the inner light was lit. That very moment, it was just like lighting a lamp from another lamp. She became aflame with spiritual awareness. And what is the next step? The moment that joy, that shanti, that peace came inside her heart, she had only one thought: how can I serve my master? See, this is gratitude. Actually, real gratitude can happen only after liberation. It is not a question of liberating power of gratitude. Of course, we will also speak about it as a sadhana. But generally, the real gratitude comes after liberation. This lady, simple lady, uneducated, illiterate lady, I told that she had all scriptural knowledge, but she knew it only in Tamil, in her own language. With that simple knowledge, the moment she saw an enlightened master, a sage, she woke up. And next moment, the heart was dancing with gratitude and she wanted to serve the master. And she asked the authorities in the ashram, how can I serve? How can I serve? See, this is the result of gratitude. Otherwise, you have to say you have to do karma yoga, you have to do service. And people will do service as a sadhana, but there is something hidden in it. When you do service as a sadhana, you are doing business only. I am doing service. That feeling is there and you are seeking some spiritual benefit at least. But after this inner flowering, there is no business attitude at all. It is simply like fragrance comes out of a flower, gratitude comes out of that heart. And this lady, devotee, she wanted to serve the master and she was given a job in the kitchen. Day and night she was toiling, working there. Of course, the heart has already woken up. Still the brain, the intellect was a little bit disturbing inside. It was asking a constant doubt whether what has happened inside is full. Is there anything to attain, anything to achieve? Whom to ask? Every day she is seeing the sage, Maharshi Ramana, coming to the kitchen and working with them. And the master is available there, but the courage to go to master and ask him was not there. She was waiting for a right moment. One day she saw the sage after lunch was standing somewhere in the kitchen alone. She went there, did a prostration and just chanted this verse which I have already quoted, that Ayyane Ananta Janmangal, O Lord, for many, many births you were within me, you were guiding me. And now you have come out in this divine form. And you have given me, bestowed me the highest spiritual experience. You have made me feel that I am the self, I am the ever free Atman. I am not the body, I am not the mind. There is no body or mind in me. I know that the very existence is my real nature. It is Brahman. It is Purna, it is whole. It is peace, Shanti. And there is so much bliss in that. But again, my heart is longing to serve you, O Lord. What can I give you for this great treasure that you have bestowed on me? She sang this song. She did not verbalize her thoughts, but she just chanted this verse and did a namaskar. And Bhagavan Ramana just smiled and said, why? The answer for this is there in Kaivalya Navanitam in the next verse. And in the next verse, that work, there is a song where the master looks at the disciple with so much compassion. In fact, the master also is feeling grateful to the disciple, because the disciple was ripe enough, mature enough to offer herself completely to the Guru, to merge one with the Guru, not to keep even a vestige of individual sense in her. In that state, the master also felt, in fact, we can say that it is gratefulness or gratitude, or we can say it is compassion. But for the jnani, it is his oneness with the disciple. It is his abheda drishti, advaya bhava with the disciple. Hence the Veda says atmada. He has given his own atman, his own self. So in that state, the master looks at the disciple and says, Deshigan magirundu noki, with so much bliss, so much joy. The master looks at the disciple because someone has broken out of this prison house. A rare divine soul has jumped out of this rubbish, this dream created, this illusion of Maya. And the master feels that great gratitude to the disciple also, because the disciple has at last listened. From his very being, he has obeyed the master and woken up. Hence the Deshika. Deshika means the one who points out. The Guru is one who indicates. He just tells him, Kittava enave arit. He said, my dear, come near me. The only thing that you can do is, do not fall back to ignorance. Ignorance, doubt or misapprehension. Ajnana, samshaya, viparita jnana. Without falling to this, abide in yourself. Dushtamam tadaigal mundrum tudaradavannam. Swarupajnana nisthana irupayagil. You remain, you abide in your Swarupajnana nishtha. Nishaya mudaviyame. This is the only service that you can do to me. What can the disciple do to the master? To obey the master means to abide in his awakened state, not to move away from his awakened state. This is the gratitude that the disciple can do. So this is the story of gratitude that constantly comes in our scriptures, in our Puranas, everywhere. We can see that even God is grateful to his devotee. In Valmiki Ramayana, when Hanuman goes to Ganga and crosses the ocean and goes to Lanka, and after seeing Sita, he comes back. And Lord Rama feels so grateful to Hanuman. He says, how can I pay back, my dear? The upakara, the help that you have rendered to me, I don't see any way that I can pay back. I will tell you one thing. I am separated from my wife Sita, and she is suffering there in Lanka amidst all the demons. You went there, found her out and came back, gave me this news. I will bless you in such a way. There is only one way that I can bless you. Whatever service, whatever great help that you have rendered to me, let that merge in my real being. And I am blessing you that let me not be put in such a situation that in future I can help you. You should not be put in such a situation that you need my help. You will ever remain free. The person who desires to help another person is indirectly desiring that the person should be in a situation, in a state where he needs help. So the only way I can bless you is you should be always in a state where you don't need any help from anyone. You remain always free, absolutely free. Saying this, the Lord just gave a deep hug to Hanuman. Esha sarvasva bhutastu parishwango Hanumataha. This is my fullest blessing that I can bestow on you, Hanuman. So the Lord also feels grateful to the devotee. And for his sadhaka, the Shastra says that he should be ever grateful to his Guru, to his fellow devotees, to the Shastra, to his Ishta Devata. Everywhere he should express his gratitude. Yavadayustvaya vandyaha vedanto guruhu ishvaraha. All your life, the sadhaka should never forget his master. Not only the ultimate master, but any master, any guru who has given you help in spiritual life. Somebody might have given you a book. You should remember him all your life. In my younger days, I wanted to get one book of Swami Shivanandaji Maharaj. So I went to many of the Shivananda ashrams known to me, and the book was not available. And I was wondering how to get that book. And in 2 or 3 days, a registered post came to me. And when I opened the registered post, I found that book was sent to me from Rishikesh, Shivananda Ashram. And I was wondering who has ordered the book. And there was a letter inside. It was written by one Vasudevan. He is no more now. He is a great Ramakrishna devotee. He has written a letter where he says, I had an inner ajna to send you this book. So I wrote to Shivananda Ashram and asked them to send this book to you. So see, after so many years, it is about more than 35 years now, still I am remembering this simple act of spiritual help rendered by a devotee. And I feel really grateful to Lord who inspired that devotee to send me that book. So actually, to whomever we are expressing our gratitude, we are expressing our gratitude to only that one being, that Ishvara inside them. So some guru might have given us some mantra. To him also we should be grateful. Somebody might have given us some book. To them also we should be grateful. Our entire life, there is a sampradaya also, that every day in your meditation you should include all the forms of gods that you have meditated from your younger days. All the spiritual masters who have helped you in some way or the other spiritually. Remember them. Make it also a point of spiritual practice that you have to do every day, expressing gratitude. There are certain meditation traditions where before starting meditation, they express gratitude to all the corners, to the east, to the west, to the north, to the south, everywhere express gratitude. In our tradition also, in Sandhya Vandana, we express it. Prachye dishe namaha, pradikshe dishe namaha, udiche dishe namaha, dakshinaye dishe namaha, urdhvaye namaha, adharaye namaha, antarikshaye namaha, bhumye namaha. So everywhere you express gratitude. And the moment before starting meditation, you express your gratitude to your Guru and to all the Devatas. Just the heart opens up. See, otherwise there is a movement, subtle movement of selfishness even in spiritual practice. Mostly a person sitting for meditation is another trip of pleasure. He wants to have, you are remembering some pleasureful experience of yesterday's meditation. You want to get it today. So there is a seeking inside, a business inside. I will sit for 1 hour, I should get it. So instead of doing that, there should be only a pure bhakti. You just express, you are not seeking anything, you just do namaskara to your Guru, to all the Devatas, then the heart opens up. The moment you are not seeking, you are only expressing your love, the heart opens up. And that very gratitude is meditation. An incessant flow of gratitude is samadhi, which is of course visible in liberated beings. Even for a sadhaka, moment by moment expression of gratitude is needed. Any help rendered to anyone, we are only expressing our gratitude to that inner guide, Ishvara. Let the heart open and let us be eternally grateful to that existence which has given us this rare chance to seek the eternal, the divine, which has bestowed on us this blessed spiritual journey, where we come across many strange, noble, evolved beings. Sometimes, a half an hour or 10 minutes we are able to meditate in the morning. The entire day, even if you are not meditative, the heart feels grateful that I am able to get it today. Even when you feel hungry, you get prasad to eat, you feel grateful. So once you touch the deepest core of the heart, there is only one tune that it sings, and that is gratefulness, gratitude. Hari Om. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.